the steps, the 3 steps to create or translate the C+ program. We should have discussed already for the source files. We should have after the source files how we are put the source files for compiler for a translation, how we are put inside a compiler for translation purpose. The third is how you are put for the linker. The linker most of the time combines the object file with the other modules. You may have modules. The modules there is an object file. How this object file based on the modules to be executed. So this is final, which is achieved by compilers. Now we may have some notes. The note is important thing that on the digest programming book we can't digest the programming book. This is the program. This is, please share and like, subscribe this program. This is how we can digest the program, how we can tour the program. Tour means that you can have relax, you may have not only relax, just how we can make it programming skills. Then you maybe created your job based on this program. You write on different programmings, and you may have, you wanna be rich man if one day is successful and you have an aim on a plan to create the software. Nowadays, sorry for the interruption. What I'm expressing here. Let we talk for the notes. The first note that the note is important point. If the source file contains just one syntax error, the compiler will report an error. If there is source file, based on this source file contains just one syntax error. If there is syntax error, the compiler will be report an error. Additional error message may show in compiler attempt to continue despite having found an error. So you are troubleshooting the program. How you are troubleshooting the program? Be sure to start with the first error shown. So this is, if there is some wrong things on the source file, you may have error things on the execution file. That is the point. This is what the main point, or the description which is described on the note. Just look and take as definition. Let we write this program. This is simple program. You can write. You can observe it here. You can understand where you desire to. The first is how we write. This is how I'm write the program on this. So after we can write on the discussions. I think we have discussed so many theory things. Nowadays, today we can start the lab sessions. This is some simple programs you can look here. So, but how you try it? It's simple. But before we can say that simple, how we can write on a program. Later I'm opened already the text editor, which is this one. This is some code blocks. Code block, it can have compiler, it can have source code writers, editors, it can have, so we can put it the files as the source files. Then we can have saved on some points, which is you can have created some objects. Then there is some linkers to executed on some files. The linkers is already it uses two object. You have object modules. Then it can be executed. Executable files. How we can create executable files? Executable files, you can thinking that batchable file. Later I'm writing here. Let's say that this is, you can create some new projects here. What type of project you can create it? Let's say that there is different types of libraries. This is a library: RMA project, a VR project, Arduino project, code block project. What this is, there is I'm installed some supportive libraries here. That's why you can say this one: the applications, DirectX project, dynamic link library, Fortran application, GTK application. GTK application most of the times it's used for mobile phones. Any programs you write, you want to do, or you desire to write graphical things based on C++, you can use GTK program, GTK projects. Most of the time this one is applicable on mobile phone, handheld devices, or maybe on televisions. You write some code here. GTK projects, GLE2 projects most of the times as computer